Alright guys, it's Justin again. I just wanted to do like a quick revision video. I kind of I kind of winged it last time, so I figured this time I would reshoot it, get it right, and not be so lazy about it because it's kind of a big deal. So, in celebration of me hitting 500 subscribers, I think I'm at 500-ish still, so, I wanted to hold a Kitbash contest. The rules are pretty basic, pretty straightforward, and I even kind of did this up. Half is hey look, you can do this, it's easy, and half this is actually part of what my HLJ contest entry was going to be before I dropped out of it. But basically, what I wanted to do was hold my own Kitbash contest and see what you guys could come up with. Test your imagination, so to speak. So, kitbashing is something that I've always wanted to kind of try, and I think I've got a couple ideas floating around for something I want to eventually do, maybe here in the near future. But I want to test your creative juices and see what kind of stuff you guys can come up with. Now, pardon my desk, it's really disgustingly messy because I've been working on this other stuff over here, but if you can ignore that, we can get into this. So, Lady God Nobel RX-78 is going to stand here and keep you guys entertained, hopefully. But the rules are really straightforward. This is a Kitbash contest, so the first and foremost rule of this entire contest is that you must submit a Kitbash. It must be two separate kits combined into one. So it doesn't matter how you combine the kits as long as you take 2 kits minimum. You can use 3, you can use 4, you can use 5, you can use as many as you want as long as it's 2 or more. So super easy. Kits that have been snap fitted, such as this, are more than okay. As long as you haven't done a lot of cleanup, as long as you haven't started painting, stuff like that, it'll be judged on a case-by-case basis, but we'll get to that in a minute. But as long as you've snapped it and nothing more than that, you should be fine. Entries will be accepted until the deadline of the contest, which will be, well, I'll get to that in a minute, but they must be okayed. So, in order to enter the contest, you must submit a photo with a handwritten note displaying the date and at least one of the kits that you plan on using. You don't have to submit pictures with both. Just as long as you have at least one of the kits that you're going to be using and a handwritten note with the date on it, you can send that to my email, which is justiniusbuilds@gmail.com. justiniusbuilds, JustiniusBuilds @gmail, or facebook.com/justiniusbuildshobby. I'll put links and I'll put both of those down below so you guys can find them if you aren't already aware of either one. Excuse me. The deadline for my contest will be June 1st, meaning you have until June 1st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time to submit your entry to my contest. I'm not concrete on the date. If enough people need an extension, I'm not against pushing it back a couple weeks, or if anything comes up on my end, I'm not against pushing it back a couple weeks. Like I said, right now it's June 1st. So, kits will not be limited by grade, they will not be limited by series, they will not be limited by manufacturer or anything. If you want to use a high grade and a master grade and find a way to combine those two into one kit, knock your socks off. If you want to kitbash a Zoid and a Gundam, if you want to kitbash an Ava and a frame arms, if you want to kitbash 2 Zoids kits, if you want to kitbash, whatever, you know. I am completely open to anything as long as it's mecha. So you know what? I'll even go an extra 9 for those of you who might not be like armor modelers and stuff like, or well, might not be mecha modelers. If you want to kitbash a Gundam kit with a car or a plane or anything, if you can find some interesting way to do this, I think this should be a lot of fun. You know, go for it. There's no real limits, but I want to keep this kind of mecha theme. So if you find a way to do that, I'm really curious to see how you can pull this off. Judging will be done based on your concept and the execution of your concept. Not to say that I'm going to judge your kits based on how well you painted them, or you know, how well you cleaned your nubs up and stuff like that. It's more going to be based from my end anyway. I have, well, I'll get that in a minute. Basically, if your painting's not the greatest, I'm not going to hold it against you personally. But as long as your concept is good and your mod work and stuff like that is done well, obviously you're not going to be able to just take this master grade leg and slap it on this high grade. It's going to take a little bit of work, and if it's not so neat, you know, it might count a little bit against you, but whatever. I do have 2 guest judges, really good friends of mine who know a couple of things well, they know more than a couple of things. They've actually taught me a lot of stuff in the modeling community, and they're going to be judging for me. I might come up with an extra thing, but we'll get into that later. Excuse me. Kits can be, like I said, submitted up all the way up until the deadline. So if you decide you want to enter a week before this thing is set to be done, and you can crank the kit out in that week and get it submitted by the last day, fine. I'm not going to require you to subscribe to my channel, to subscribe to my blog. I'm not going to require you to like my Facebook page, none of that. It would be nice so you guys can keep up with updates if anything changes, but as it stands right now, none of that's required. Final submissions must be submitted either to my Facebook page or the email that I provided earlier. I prefer the email just because you can send higher quality pictures, and Facebook tends to downsize things so that they can, I guess, conserve bandwidth, stuff like that. But either way, either one is fine. I would like to have anywhere between 5 and maybe 10 photos. I'm not going to put a limit on photos, but at least 3 to 5. That way I can compile everything into a slideshow at the end and show off everybody's work. And finally, work in progress videos, work in progress blog posts, any of that stuff is very strongly encouraged, and it's more than allowed. If you guys want to post work in progresses, please by all means do. And if you want me to check them out, send me a link through Facebook or through here on YouTube or Google Plus, whatever, and I'll be more than happy to watch them and see what you guys are coming up with. So, most importantly, I want you guys to have a lot of fun with this. Excuse me. I have not chosen prizes yet. I have a couple of ideas floating around. I'm kicking them around with my judges and seeing what they think, and they're gonna kind of help me pick out some final prizes. I promise they'll be maybe not so big, but hopefully some fun stuff. I mean, there's a lot of really nice kits that are coming out, and there's a lot of nice kits that have come out over the past year and are continuing to come out in the coming months. So hopefully those some of that will entice you to at least participate. So I hope that you guys decide to join in on this, and I hope that you guys kind of bring your A game. I really want to see some competition here. You know, but I might be doing some little Kitbash things here and there in the near future, and this is kind of what fueled it. That kind of paired with the release of Build Fighters, it's been fantastic watching it so far, and it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So I really think that that's gotten a lot of new people into the hobby, and I think it's kind of inspired a lot of other builders besides that to try some new things and, you know, experiment a little bit and see what this hobby really has to offer. So sorry for rambling. I just wanted to, like I said, shoot this properly. Since this is a contest and announcement, I wanted to keep it sort of professional. If I figure if I'm lazy about it, you guys might not be as into it and whatever. So I will do one more update for this thing when I finally decide what prizes are going to be. I might not announce my grand prize until close to the end, and I'm not sure how I want to do prizes. I kind of like how I did it last time, where I let you guys pick your prizes based on your position. I might do that again. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you guys entered into the contest. So thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys with the very next video. Later.